Wait, Jim, wait until you do the weekly update.
We were supposed to get rid of him. It's been 2 years ago, so I haven't played very often. And I just said to Jim, you just go on. I think you're not gonna want to wait for us.
Oh my goodness.
Good.
We've got some tech issues, but I think we're fine for purposes of this meeting. Yeah.
So this isn't a classy meeting. This is
No. I think we're good. I have no way to test if they can talk to us.
call to order.
PLC 6/22/26 work session pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the United States
To the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody, and thank you for being here today. We have a short agenda, but a long presentation. And so.
He's looking at you, Jennifer.
I wasn't prepared for presentation, but
How many slides do you have?
I have no slides.
Perfect.
I
That's
have this ream of paper.
That's-
If you,
the slide, 0 slides is the right answer. Any other comments, commissioners?
No.
All right. Get additions to the agenda. I thought I saw some pinkies come through.
For July 1, not for this.
Not
Should have had 2 for July 1 for the full meeting, but not for this work session.
Okay. Okay. Then I'll turn the floor over to Jennifer.
okay, so what's before you for consideration today is the county policy manual to include administrative services, facilities, fiscal, and personnel policies. I think that these were all provided to you ahead of time. If you had any questions as we go, it's obviously extensive to try to go through every one, but this was a huge undertaking to get here. I'm sure that we'll have some additional updates as we go through it, but I'm pretty excited to be able to roll this out electronically for our staff.
Yeah, lots of, thank you very much. When would it go live with, oh, she's.
Flexible.
Yeah,
Well, I'm hoping that we'll be on the commissioner agenda for the 1st. So if approved, I will just work with Flexible. I believe it could just be turned on, but but in July, how about that?
okay. Because I know you did most of your draft and that's full already.
Yes, it's all in there.
So a lot of work. Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you have suggestions on how you want to go through it, or do commissioners have a request on how you want to go through it? Just want to go through each area and maybe, especially the personnel side,
Sure.
any major highlights or anything.
Sure.
I will say, before she gets going, that this addresses a lot of things that needed to be addressed for many years now. Thank you for your hard work on that, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's going to be critical that we follow it too, as commissioners and everything else.
So I think one of the benefits that I do just want to highlight of moving to Lexipol is that they're able to review policies for legislative changes, both federally and through the state, to help us stay in compliance and be able to update and review those policies on a more regular basis. So starting, some of these aren't huge changes to the policy, just more updating, language, whether it's references to departments or where approval is needed, or reporting who the reporting people are, department is. So the first part is just the purpose and scope of the policy manual. Chapter 2 is organization and administration. So not only does this cover some of our personnel policies, but it would also cover things that would fall in line with constituents. So our need for ADA compliance, that sort of thing, that we're smoking and tobacco use free facility, emergency plan operations. So if you have any questions on any of those, we've tried to take these policies and move them into chapters that make sense and kind of flow together.
I want to make a comment here. I did read through this and I had a couple of questions that I went and asked Jennifer about. And I thought it was interesting. One of the things we talked about was dress code and how it's important that because of the way it's worded, it's extremely broad. And there's a reason for that. And so I appreciated Jennifer's insight on a lot of these things that, you know, I would want to buckle down a little bit tighter on. And she gave the reason why they used the wording and the way that they did. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Welcome. Doug, did you have anything you wanted to add on any of the
Well, I think-
organizational?
I think primarily on this is, I don't think there are really that many substantive changes, if any, to these policies or current policies. We're just putting them into a different format.
That's true for a large
Most of
portion
them,
of
yeah.
this. Before I move on, did anybody have any questions?
Will Lexapol have a search
Yes,
feature?
there is a search feature.
Okay,
So if you typed in ADA, for example, it will come up with all the references throughout the manual to that.
got it. Okay. And this will be posted on our website, or is this gonna be a separate link?
Definitely talk about that. What I would I'm just gonna spitball here and say, I would assume there would be like a PDF link to our policies, but not a link to Lexapol itself on our website.
So Lexapol will be downloaded on individual employees' computers or?
It's not downloaded. I mean, they just like the intranet or anything else, they'll have a user account.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, they'll have a user account that they have to go out. They'll have to acknowledge policies. It will let us set reminders of, if we want the drug and alcohol policy to be reviewed on a yearly basis, for example, we'll be able to set those reminders and
Okay.
send those out and have staff be able to acknowledge receipt of those.
Strictly PC based, or will it have mobile features too?
Mobile,
And PC?
Yep. you
Okay,
should be able to, anywhere you have the link, you should be able to get to it.
okay, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
It's fine. I just to piggyback a little bit on what Doug said, just any of the policies that did have what we felt was substantive changes, we have shared with the labor unions. And they've had the opportunity to provide feedback on those. And so we now believe we're at a point where we're able to move forward with that.
Not to bring up a past tough subject, but and because I couldn't find it, the alcohol use, what section does that fall under?
It's under the,
206, page 35. Oh, excuse me, that's smoking. Just slide here.
Well, there's drug and alcohol-free workplace policy 302, which is page 54 of the manual.
To echo off of what Doug said, there's some small tweaks in here. For example, the 201 policy's been tweaked in order to set us up for ADA compliance with like our websites and things like that, which is something that got extended. So there's some, I mean, that's one of the things that's in here that's just a little bit of future proofing type measures. But yeah.
Is this like a first reads and then they'll they go through board? Well, each one, or how does the update?
I would think this is the work session for it, and it's on the agenda for the first for hopeful adoptions.
And they do them in blocks
The
or,
whole thing, it's a manual.
and then the date will be updated on each policy separately. Like when I click on them, sometimes I see like the
I
one,
think that goes away under the new electrical.
I think when it's approved, they'll all be approved with the date that they get approved. And then later, if there's an update to a policy, then I would have a different approval.
right?
to address that, we brought up the drug and alcohol to address, you know, we did make some changes, related to that.
Yeah, I like
We
them.
talked about a year or so ago. Again, those have been shared with the bargaining units. It's just more of a clarity issue than it was a real language change. It's
But
just
you
clarity.
even past our discussion, you tweaked them even a little tighter, so I like the way.
If you're okay for me to start skipping through those, one of the things that comes, to mind that I do want the board to consider is a recent change to the, leave in attendance policy, which is 342.
What page is that? 342?
It's on policy number 342, sorry.
Oh.
143. So I just want to highlight, the way paid leave Oregon works. Employers are able to decide whether employees are able, can bridge the gap and receive only 100% of their pay, and or just use all of their leave, in addition to paid leave Oregon, or not at all if they chose. Previously, when our policy was originally implemented, we chose the route where it was just, they could receive 100% of their pay so they could bridge the gap. This latest rendition of the policy allows for them to just use 100% of their time if they wished. So it would, you know, I'll say air quotes, double dip if they wish. So it lets the employee fully choose. So I'm open to questions on why we're proposing that change.
So you've done that down. Does that mean I get paid from paid leave Oregon and from
You
my
could,
wages?
if you had your own time and you chose, you could. So
If
as
I went out
it's,
on sick leave
as it's,
and used up my regular wages. And then I also put it for PLO and also get those wages on top of my wages.
if you selected that. So
And it's up to the employee.
it is.
Okay.
So as it is now, though, we only let you do the difference. So if you get 66% from paid leave Oregon, you can only get the remainder using your balances here.
Got it.
So it's kind of that 100% ceiling, and we have adjusted that.
If anyone wants to keep their sick time. So they can either bridge the gap or if they're supposed to choose.
Yeah, it's causing a lot of confusion and a lot of headache with payroll, a lot of employees that are dissatisfied with how that process is working. So we've put it forth to the board to see whether they would be willing to change that policy to allow them to choose 100% if they wish, and allow double dipping, or leave the status quo. But what is here for your consideration is with them being able to choose to double.
It was screwed down at legislative days. Paid leave Oregon was a hot subject, but it was mostly coming from the governor's office because of budget, cost to the budget.
Well, the state prisons are big users of that.
Yeah, and then when they laid off all those, some of those ODOT folks, it became an issue too, because if you laid off, it's as big a pain to the state as it is to us. They're the ones who put it in the legislature.
But I mean, it's a benefit to staff, but I'm not sure it's that fun for them either. It's, I mean, all the way around, it's a frustrating process.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I agree. It's a great idea. Implementation's been easy. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't know.
No, that was just kind of one of the major ones that I wanted to point out. That was a recent change.
Are we just gonna, with that change, are we gonna notify employees of that change or just let it write on an individual basis?
I mean, they're all gonna get sent out.
Okay,
So
but we're not, when you send it out, you're not highlighting changes or anything like that.
I wasn't going to.
Thank you.
I mean, part of it has been that this has been a darn near 2-year process. And
Yeah,
to tell you that I remember every.
no, I get it. I think you open yourself up to a lot more trouble than I was hoping you'd say that.
It would encourage me to read this though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a question, Jennifer. The 342.2 emergency and unplanned sick leave, is this whole area, has that been revamped?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it's been rewritten to hopefully fall in line more with what paid leave Oregon requires of employees.
Thank you.
How are we gonna look at discrepancies between this and the sheriff's office?
We don't have access to the sheriff's office flexible manual. So I think no different than it is currently. They have their policies and we have ours, and employees are expected to know both. Flexible originally told us that there would be able to be a crosswalk between
Emergent.
the sheriff's, because each sheriff staff currently has a Lexipol login and has access to that manual. So what our hope is that we're able to provide our manual with that same login credential so that employees don't have to. Last I heard from Lexipol, they hadn't quite got that worked out. So
that would allow the sheriff's office staff to look at this, but what about you and legal looking at their policies?
I mean, I think we've gotten a PDF of them before, but certainly we would not have rights to their
So
manual.
when it changes and updates, you don't see that.
No. We don't.
Why not?
It's not our policy manual.
Could argue that. Is an oversight, or do they not want us to have access to their?
I don't think that's ever been requested.
Yeah.
We can do that.
We can certainly ask.
Okay.
Moving on, so we've moved some of these together where it came to equipment, facilities, and technology to try to put them all into one place. So this has a lot of our newer IT policies that actually have already been approved by the board. I do know that we looked at
What page are you on that one?
180
That's where that starts.
is where it starts.
Yeah, that's fine. That's real quick.
I think we did try to use some clarifying language in vehicle use. Some of those things to make it more clear to employees what they should be using vehicles for or not. But no substantive changes about intent at all. So again, the bulk of the policies in this you've already seen pretty recently.
Did we update, oh, here it is, military leave? Perfect.
So moving on to chapter 5 is the fiscal policies, starting at page 249. A lot of these haven't been looked at for quite a while. So there's an attempt to go through and bring these, up to current practices. My guess is that as we get these an electronic version where they're easier to access and all in one place, that will be something that the department will take a look at. Finance department will take a look at, and you might see updates for those in the future. The travel policy, the travel reimbursement policy that was just recently adopted is part of this policy.
And for clarity, previously the procurement and I think number 500 were also discussed in a work session. Those have not been put in here to my knowledge.
I was gonna ask about 502.3.
Yeah, those will be probably something that county council puts before the board in the future.
So are we getting a new position then? Is that what that is? Or is there other duties assigned on 502.3?
Let me look at it here. What page again?
253. Procurement services manager responsibilities.
My guess is that is a change that's been implemented by Lexical of the best service or best practices type thing. It probably would, what's listed here would be probably closest with the duties of my position for county council. Probably some of it held by finance.
I think it's under 502.3. It's the Department of Budget and Finance will oversee purchase procurement in cooperation with the county council. I think that's sort of
Covers it all.
So that's the procurement services manager.
basically.
So is there something that needs to be deleted there, or
Yeah, where's it at?
Yeah, because I saw that too, Doug, but I just was worried about that big bold procurement services manager responsibilities. I mean, it's not like we had
Oh,
a
there it is.
position.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's probably procurement services management might be more the title.
Instead of manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're not.
that's an easy change. Okay, and then finally, we tried to bring all of the attachments together, including union contracts, the branding guidebook, anything that one might need to have access to. We tried to all bring into one location by attaching them to this policy manual as well.
Oh, look here, Jennifer.
I made the change to management in that.
Robert, did you get a chance to go through and Jason, the capitalization of assets portion of this?
I don't recall doing it recently.
The investment policy?
No, capitalization. What's your question?
I was just curious if everybody's comfortable with the levels, the dollar levels.
Is that 503?
5032, yeah. I like the example in there though on the computers. That, I know that was in there before, but I still like that. Makes sense.
What page you on? Dick?
I'd be paid 256, 255 and 256. Do you guys get updates, consistent updates from department heads on assets? Yes.
Consistent, no. As requested,
Yeah.
generally. Most of that we track by actual purchase documentation. Occasionally there are assets that are shifted between departments.
Got it.
And the $5,000 value is not set by us. I think we used it to, that must be set by
Well, that's the value that we've used.
someone on,
That's the value we've used for a long time. I don't know if it's,
where it came from.
I don't think it's set in stone, and I think we could probably, if I policy, adjust that. But I think probably we need to carefully consider how we want to do that.
Yeah.
Considering the cost of so many things in this particular time frame, 5,000 seems rather small, but it's workable.
Have you had anybody actually use pregnancy disability leave?
You bet.
Okay.
I would
And this is on top of the parental leave.
think maybe the federal programs maybe have 5,000.
Yeah, I think some of them do. I haven't really
Okay.
reviewed them,
I mean,
but there was a
I didn't
period of
know
time
that
where
such a
that was fairly standard.
Anybody that would be in the unfortunate situation of possibly bed rest or any of those things prior to maybe arriving would be considered pregnancy disability.
Okay.
Did we get a policy change for the liquidation of foreclosed property?
We didn't really have that power, so.
It's not in policy. Just follow statute.
Clarification on that. Statute.
I can't believe that found the typo.
Oh, I can. Where do you find it?
Page 273, it's under 508 point, is the travel reimbursement policy as a private vehicle. It says employee will begin their trip with a fill tank of fuel. So I'm assuming that means a full tank of fuel.
I'm sorry, I don't know where you were at. Under which
Private
section?
vehicle, number 2.
But are you under which section? 508, 31?
Yeah, 3-1, sorry.
And for purposes of that policy, the travel reimbursement policy, when this was before the board previously for approval, the board had asked me whether or not the 260 miles was round trip. In my head, that had made sense logically for it to be round trip, given that 260 miles one way excludes most of Oregon, Idaho, Washington, etc. But it appears to be 260 miles from the work site. And so in order to be under per diem as opposed to direct reimbursement, somebody would need to travel 260 miles one way or stay overnight.
Did that change? It used to be 250. Did it go to 260?
I think that that's been in effect for a while before that one was adopted.
I think that's probably from the original.
250 back in the day. Because that's 250 is Salem, by the way.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clear that up. That was incorrect on that, when asked.
So it is one way, not round trip.
It is one way or overnight lodging.
If you wanted to change that, it's good.
Yeah, absolutely. For example, when we were looking at miles, if you drove, we said Salem didn't count, depending on where you went. Salem,
Probably.
Salem didn't count. Portland didn't count. You'd have to go to Eugene, essentially, or Roseburg, someplace like that. But I mean, that would put you driving 520 miles in a single day, which is, I mean, that's, I don't know how many hours.
Yeah, because going to the state capital, it's 257 miles.
On page 262 and 263, I didn't realize when we changed CFO, you guys probably already knew this, that there's other reporting that has to be done and approved by the board to the.
Is that 506 you're looking at?
62 and 63. Yeah.
Yeah. The change of personnel occurs, this policy must be reviewed and revised within 30 days and if deemed necessary, resubmitted to the Oregon Short-Term Fund Board.
Yeah, we actually make reports to the state and on who's
signing it.
who's signers every year. So going forward, once this is approved, I assume if there are changes or corrections, they have to be subsequently approved by the board. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if we adopt them on the 1st of July, which seems like the course of action, then in August, if somebody goes, oh, wait a minute, that doesn't really apply anymore, like summarize those and then do another vision.
Well, it won't be July 1st because our first meeting in July is the first read. Then we'll have to come back with the second reading. No?
These aren't.
Non-ordinance.
No,
No.
that's an ordinance. This is a manual. So we can't do it July 1.
We're going to do the whole thing.
My hope going forward, even though this is something I took on and definitely couldn't have done without Doug. But moving forward, I really hope that the managers that are responsible for some of these sections will continue to make those, to follow those and make sure that they're updated and brought forth to the board as necessary. So
These, where it says each employee will be required to acknowledge changes, can they do that? Will it be like a DocuSign online? Perfect.
and they'll be able to track, you'll be able to see a track changes like an old version and a new version is my understanding.
But the suggestions for changes come outside of Lexipol directly to you, just like regular email suggestions.
Well, they come within the administrative management of their system. They'll have these little icons that let me know their policy updates up in there that they are suggesting.
Okay,
And we can accept them or reject them.
so they're all in there.
So when we used to do the electrical updates at the sheriff's office, I would say, I have read, I understand, and I will comply with, and then sign. Is that, yeah, okay.
I would assume it's the same, since I haven't gotten to see it as an end user, I don't know.
Other questions?
Doug, this is a question for you. If we do find more things like a simple typo, does that need to come before the board or that can
I
that just
think
be?
it's actually. You just correct.
Just correct administrative. John, anything else?
No, it's, again, Jennifer, this is huge. Thank you for your work on this. And Doug, you too. I know you did a lot of work and effort. And Nick.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
thank
Nick.
you all.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. Like bring this another step closer to the 21st century.
I'm so looking forward to this and looking back in my big 3 reminder where it's great to be able to have that reference. It will just be nice to have it more accessible and sent to staff.
Absolutely.
And for staff really, because I mean, honestly, the intranet is clunky and difficult for people to get to or find things. So hopefully this will just bring it all together.
Before we go, did we have any issues or any agenda items for a chair meeting?
I know.
You don't. In that case, why don't we go around and just have updates from each while we're here?
Before we get off this topic, July 1st meeting, or would the board like another work session on this?
Another?
Yeah.
I think the pleasure of the board would be to move forward.
Mhm.
Okay, well, we'll plan again.
They can't make a decision. Not smart. Jason, any updates, comments?
We have, intern starting today.
And name?
Alejandro.
Alejandro?
Yes.
He's the last, is there the first name or last name? I'm sorry.
First name.
Not first.
Local rural or?
Yes,
College?
Yes,
School?
yep, high school,
Perfect.
yes,
Very cool.
we're excited.
So it is exciting.
Yeah.
Robert?
I don't have anything to add.
Ed? Thank you for all your work on SPOW. That turned out really well, I think.
Well, I'm getting a lot of calls on that one.
Me too. A lot of feedback.
People
a
are
lot of
so
good feedback.
excited.
That farm did quite the article on it.
I haven't seen it. I did get another update from, I think you saw the one from Union County. They're gonna roll it into several forgivenesses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's gonna work out well too. Anything else? No? Thank you again. Nick?
That'll for me.
Nothing?
That'll for me.
Well, with that, you know, what's coming up. I think.
I was just gonna mention that. Thanks, Doug.
Oh, that's pretty shiny.
Public record,
Is now.
Yeah, you're not the only one in the building. Bryce got engaged this weekend too.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Tom, congratulations.
He would like to hear that from you, for sure. Jennifer?
Just more generalized, we're working hard in our department, lots of changes, throughout the county that we're working hard to make sure we can keep up with, and, July 1st is coming, so that's always a really busy time in our office, and
County Finances Office too, isn't it?
what'd you say?
July 1st is a big day for finance too, I'm assuming.
Can be.
Yeah.
We try to make it not.
Yeah, exactly.
Cindy?
No, I don't think-
Nothing?
I do, but you don't want to hear it, so move on.
Want to hear
It's
everything?
all good.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I don't think I have anything either. So we will not have a chair meeting today. And then, the directors meeting is for lunch and strategic planning meeting is 11:30, I believe,
Exciting.
upstairs. 3:35 or 3:32 or
What's that
that's
number?
today.
325.
see, I was right the first time.
325. Okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a great